Hello. Um, I am back with another video surrounding my journey through foster care and adoption, basically in the system, um, with multiple phases of abuse and movement. Um, I don't believe I mentioned earlier on that my adoptive dad was actually a pastor, and he allowed all of this behavior to go on. He participated in a lot of things when it came to discipline. And even when he didn't, the fact that he didn't say anything while it was happening speaks for itself. Never had a voice to say, to explain anything or say that's not how anything happened or that's not what happened or basically nothing happened. So I just didn't want to leave him out of this because there were two adults, not just one. And he's just as wrong as she was. So, as I stated previously in my earlier video, I believe it was my last video, I was put back in foster care at the age of, I believe, 12. After, we went back, said what had happened while we were in the hotel with our uncle, and the female friend that he had at the time. I'm just going to go back a little bit. After that, when we told the entire family was there, adoptive family, it was a house full of people. We told, there's that thing with put your right hand on the Bible, this and that, and then it just turned into that didn't happen. It was the adults against two children. So no one believed us that we seen them, doing what adults do in the bed over to us. Another thing is, after that is when she drove us to the juvenile detention center. Right after that incident, after we spoke up, everybody said we were lying. She drove us to the juvenile detention center a couple times over. Left us there, but before she left us there, she stated that we jumped on her. How can two children jump on you with a house full of grown-ups, adults? Yeah, that wasn't even our character, still isn't our character. Like, it was just so wrong. So, after she had left, we were brought into this back room. I believe it was two officers that were in the room with us. And after that, they were just yelling loud. Like, when they were yelling, the spit was getting in our faces. We've never seen anything like this before. I've never seen anything like this before. Just spitting and yelling and talking like super loud to scare us it was all a scare tactic. But in return, I'm sitting there crying and crying and crying, and they're still going on. We're trying to tell them, like, that's not what happened. And then eventually, all of that stopped. And someone from Department of Health and Human Services, Family Services, came and brought us back to their office. They were able to sign us out. I guess one of the officers or someone at the Juvenile Detention Center called them and let them know what had happened. Not really sure how that played out with that. Like, I can't recall how they found out, unless it was just, we're saying that that's not what happened. We didn't do that. We wouldn't do that. But we went back to the DHS office, and we stayed in this room. I remember late at night, we were taken to a temporary home until they were able to find, a more permanent solution. That next day, went back to that office. We just looking at the toys, the books, this and that. Then we're placed in another home. At this point, we've gotten separated. Yeah. Me and my sibling, we got separated from one another. The foster home wouldn't or couldn't take both of us. So that's this is when I seen some light. Okay, actually, I'm not going to say some, I seen a lot of light. I was taken to northern part of Arkansas. Nice family. Really nice family. Something I've never experienced before. We were different races, and they accepted me as if we were all one, which is that's how I look at it. That's how I look at that. But this is not anything regarding race. It was a nice family. I stayed with them for a while, like a really long time. I believe I may have been 13. If they're listening to this, please correct me if I'm wrong. But I believe I may have been 13 at the time, because we were taken. Yeah, we were taken then around that time. There's a lot that happened, so excuse me if I get some parts mixed up or some parts wrong. There was a lot. Taken to this really nice family in the northern part of Arkansas. They really cared for me. Of course, I was already going through a lot before I got there. I recall having a few behavioral issues while I was there. Quite a bit, actually. I believe the first time that I went somewhere, it was a girls' home. I had tried to overdose on a bottle of, I believe, ibuprofen at the time. And I was taken to a girls' home. I forgot exactly where it was. It was somewhere in Arkansas as well. So after I completed that, I had a very, very nice time with them. So come to find out, my sister was there also. She was nearby. I can't remember exactly what the name of the town was, but she was nearby. And they took us to the zoo and everything. That's like the best memories. See, those are the memories that comes clearly, like really, really clearly, the good ones. The good memories when you have a family that welcomed you with open arms, made sure that you and your sister seen each other because you have been separated, and everything. Now during this time though, my adoptive mom did get visitation rights and everything. So we would travel back and forth for that. Eventually, it came time for court. And we had to stand in front of the judge. And I believe we wrote a letter to the judge. I can't remember, but my new foster family, they were in court with me as well. We were in court. And this is one time in my life